Hi, I'm Eileen Roach, and welcome to today's episode of Between Friends. You are in for a treat. We are doing our first quiz. So bear with me. We're going to be giving away prizes, and it's all trivia about patches. You remember back in your school days when you would go into class and the professor or the teacher would say, "Today is a pop quiz." And maybe you moaned and groaned and were just terrified to take that pop quiz. Not today. You're going to know a lot of these answers. And if you don't, you might be enlightened as to some of the trivia that, has that is factual and has really brought patches to life. And it's something that as an embroiderer, we do all the time. So if you have a friend who you think is an embroidery know-it-all, go ahead and send them this link and get them to join. Or if you know someone who is, just likes to show off their knowledge and their skills, then please send them this link so they can join in and maybe win a prize. So, thank you. I love having all these folks sign in and say hello from Minnesota. And there's our good friend Reen Wilcoxon. She's up in Indiana where it's sunny and warm. And I know here I'm in Texas, it's sunny right now, but we have bad weather on the horizon. And Canada and Tucson, Arizona and Maryland and Pennsylvania, some of my old stomping grounds. Joan Shriver up in Kansas City. Welcome, everybody. We are about to get started and we're going to have a lot of fun. So I hope you have your typing fingers already, because in order to win, you're going to have to participate, and we will pick a random winner. It's kind of random, but you do have to have the right answer. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first trivia question. What century were the first patches made? Now, we'd like you to comment with hashtag 3rd, hashtag 10th, or hashtag 18th, whichever one you think is correct. That's what you have to type in, right? Make sure you use the hashtag, because there's this fabulous wizard here in our broadcast platform that's going to find your answer and select the winning answer from the comments. So make sure you put that hashtag in there. If you don't have a hashtag preceding your answer, you won't win. And this is what you're going to win. You're going to win a dime tote bag with 4 spools of thread. So can't guarantee what color it'll be, but okay, come on, let's get those answers going. I see some 18, some number 3, some number 10. We're kind of all over the board, so keep it up. Let's just see. And I guess we need a timer. We didn't kind of really think that through. Patsy Downer, you're from Nebraska. What do you say? Is it number 3, number 10, or number 18? Yeah, and so you have to type it exactly as it's shown on the screen, like Pat Dunn and Patsy Downer. You have to add those letters after your, like Pat, you have to add RD after your hashtag 3. So hashtag 3 RD, or hashtag 10 TH, hashtag 18 TH. So we'll get better at this as we go on. We're going to be doing this for the whole show. We have 12 trivia questions, so you'll get good at it, and so will we, believe me. Okay, I think it might be time to pick a winner. So how do we do that? I'm going to wait for the magic to happen. Okay, so Julie Steichen is the winner. And Julie, if you would, one of my team members is going to tell you how. Here we go. Julie Steffenhagen, thank you. If you're the winner. So Julie, you will call customer service or email us. One of my team members in the comments is going to tell you how to contact us with your shipping information so we can send you this winning tote bag and thread. Oh, how much fun is that? Right? Okay. Embroidery Garden, she says, thanks. Congrats, Julie. So, all right, let's see. Are we ready for another one? I think so. We have 11 more to go. So When were patches first known to be worn in the USA? So these are years, right? So was it hashtag 1732 or hashtag 1812 or hashtag 1965? What do you think it is? Oh, Ms. Reichard wants to know what was the right answer to the previous. It was the question. That was the 3rd century, and it was in China. That is the first known embroidered patches. Of course, they would have been done by hand then. So thanks for reminding me. I'll have to, like I said, this is my first one. I'll get better at this. So let's see. Joan Shriver, she says 1732. Susie DeSoto has got 1812 on there. Jane Goldman, 1732. Pearls Patches says, I missed it. Where did she go? Oh, gosh, all the comments are coming in so fast, it went right by me. So is it hashtag 1732, hashtag 1812, or hashtag 1965? All righty. I guess it's time to find out. So shall we see who the winner is going to be? Gloria, shall we share your screen while you draw? There we go. So this is grabbing all the correct answers. And the correct answer was Joe Pittman Dangle, and that was hashtag 1812. It was actually the War of 1812 was the first known or documented patches in the U.S. So kind of cool, right? Okay, ready for another one? Let's see. The next one is, okay, in the 1950s, patches really became popular. Of course, you know, in World War I and in World War II, patches adorned military uniforms. And then in around the 50s, it really began to be popular as uniforms and also kind of fun patches. And after we determine what this answer is and who the winner is, we'll take a look at some fun patches from back in the day. Okay, so is it hashtag Shipley, hashtag loom, or hashtag industrial? Okay, you got to spell Shipley right, which is kind of a weird, it's an Italian name, I believe. Schiffli. No, maybe it is in Italian. Somebody will help me. Where's my good buddy, Harry Gardner? He's my go-to patch guy, but he's in a meeting. Okay, so when patches were made in the 1950s, what machine was it used on? Was it the Shipley, hashtag loom, or hashtag industrial? Okay, we'll just give you a little bit more time. Listen to that fun music. Type in your answer. I know these are long answers, right? You have several letters to write out, so we'll give you a couple more minutes or moments. Embroidery Garden, my good friend Rena Wilcoxon, she says this is fun. It is fun. It is fun. And actually, I'm not that well known for fun. I'm more known for work, so it is fun. Imagine the fun you would have with it, Reen. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and see what the winner is. That answer, the correct answer is Shipley. And I'm going to show you some images of Shipley machines so that you understand. Yay! The winner is Sandra Kenna. I love it. I love it. Congratulations, Sandra. And again, a team member at Dime is going to type into the comments and tell you how you can contact us so that we can, you know, get your shipping information so we can send you your prize. All right, so let's go ahead back to take a look at a Shipley machine. Now, believe it or not, that's a Shipley machine. People are on ladders trying to access all of those patches. So we're going to get a closer look at some of this. So notice how each individual blue area, it's a patch. And, you know, this is printing, or not printing, but it's embroidering over that wide span of, it's really like a loom, but it's not a loom. It's an embroidery machine. Let's take some other, and now when it comes off of the machine, it is cut out by hand. Of course, today, technology has changed, but notice how, you know, it's a whole piece of fabric and lay it on a table, and they're cutting that out with scissors. And then they're going to finish those edges. Look at this. Look at the styles of the women that the women are wearing. Isn't that so cool? I love looking at these old images. It tells you so much. And here we have some handwork being done. That lady in red is making sure all those thread tails are all gone. And so let's go ahead to the overhead and take a look at this old catalog from Dallas Emblems. Take a look at this. So this is printed in the 1950s. And I thought you would like to see that this image, this gentleman here, is actually drawing the pattern for the patch. So this is the actual patch that will stitch, and they enlarge it 6 times, and each line is a stitch. And then after it is drawn, someone will take this is a pattern wheel that if you're a sewer, you would use this to, poke holes in paper to create a sewing pattern. Well, the same type of device, a much larger scale, was used to cut through this paper and make like a player piano tape. And that's what moved that Schiffley machine. It's amazing, isn't it? Just amazing. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these old patches. You're going to recognize a lot of these companies. Firestone, still in business today. A lot of these are just names from the past that maybe we aren't in business anymore. Look at this. Gulf, still around, right? Here this is a Texas publication, so lots of oil and gas for sure. Isn't this amazing? Don't you just love looking at this old artwork? Oh my goodness, I love it. And then, of course, look at all these names, right? When people work, many people wore uniforms back in the day, and they would have their name, or they would have their title, or their position typed on or stitched on their patch. Now I want to show you one patch because this really called out to me. Let's see if it's right here. So this patch, Wildwood Crest Beach Patrol, is the beach that I grew up on. I lived a block and a half from the Atlantic Ocean on this little island, the island of Wildwood, New Jersey, and I lived in Wildwood Crest Municipality. How fun is that for me to open up this old catalog and see that? Now, if this was from the 60s, I wasn't born yet, but I do remember those patches. Anyway, they wore them for a long time. Isn't that fun? Oh, that's so much fun. Okay, time for another one. Okay, so let's see. Julianne Crookston says, late to the show, what have I missed? Well, we're playing a quiz today, and it's all about embroidery trivia. You're going to have a blast. You haven't missed that much. We just started with kind of the history and, of patch making. So we're only on question, let me see. Oh, we're only on question number 4. So you haven't missed much at all. So let's see. Linda Brooks, she says her father-in-law's birthday is today, and he worked for Esso and Exxon for years. How about that? Isn't that something? When you look at those old patches, it brings back feelings of nostalgia and, memories from people who, worked in those positions. Oh, man, it's so much fun, isn't it? Okay, so let's go on to our next trivia question, which is number 4. What is the traditional finish on a patch called? So my friend who just joined us, he doesn't know, but you have to do #satin, #tatami, or #marrow for the right answer. And the question is, what is the traditional finish on a patch called? So is it #satin, #tatami, or #marrow? All right, we'll just let those answers build up and see who's going to win. Good to see all these folks here, the names that we're familiar with. So many names and some new names. We love that. We just love when everybody joins us. Between friends, it's just all about hanging out, embroidery lovers hanging out together and learning from each other. So what do you think? Now, Patricia Halley, you have to make sure you have a hashtag in front of your answer, okay? So all of the answers have to have a hashtag, or our, wizard, this quiz wizard won't be able to find your answer. And it's only going to grab the ones that have the correct answer with a hashtag. So make sure you put that in there. Okay, so let's see, that winning answer is marrow. And that's what is, we'll go back and I'll show you. Well, I have yeah, Linda Brown. Yay, kudos to you. Kudos to you. Congratulations. So now remember, you have to type in, you have to follow the directions from our Dime team that is going to tell you how to contact us so we can get your information that we're able to ship your prize to you. And again, it's this tote bag, right? A Dime branded zip tote bag and 4 spools of thread. And you'll use this little project bag to, store your projects in or maybe take to class. So Chris Cavanaugh, you love seeing that old Sinclair gas station with the green dinosaur. Me too. That was pretty cool. Those old logos and patches are so much fun. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at a marrow machine. Now, a marrow machine, this is the MG3U. Now, Deborah Jones, my good friend who's an absolute patch expert, shared this photo with me. And this is the traditional machine that was used and is actually still used in many embroidery houses today to finish a patch. But did you know that we actually, in our patch and applique maker software, we have a fake marrow finish. So a satin is the one that many of us are familiar with, right? When we make a patch, many of us choose a satin outline. But the faux marrow, it's like an industrial serger, and it gives you kind of an open weave finish. It's very acceptable, and it's actually desired in the commercial world. So that's what that is. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Susie DeSoto says she's doing worse the longer we play. Oh, for heaven's sakes, you can't do worse. I mean, it's just all fun. It's just all fun. Okay, so let's see. What is up next? Okay, number 5. So what is the traditional fabric used on patches? Again, we have the word satin. So we all know satin, right? Beautiful fabric. It's got a nice sheen to it. So hashtag satin, hashtag cotton, or hashtag twill. So make sure you use that hashtag and get all the letters to fill out the word in one line so that we know you are answering properly, and that this, the wizard, the quiz wizard, can find your answer and assign the winner to, wow, look at you. I am amazed. So many correct answers. Look at that. Okay, let's go ahead and share what that correct answer is, and we'll look for our winner. It is twill. And so who's the winner going to be this time? Let's see. Oh, it brings everybody's names up. You never really know who's the winner. There we go, Charlene. Congratulations, Charlene. It's great to have you on board today. Thanks so much for participating and for your answers. It's awesome. Okay, isn't this fun? I'm having a good time with this. Okay, so why don't we take a look at some twill? So as you know, Dime makes sets of twill. We have our brights, which comes in all these lovely colors in an 8 by 24-inch sheet, each one. And then we have uniform and then athletic. So these are very common colors that are used all the time. And we also have matching exquisite thread that matches each of these colors. So if you need a supply of twill, we are the people that can provide that to you. We love this twill. The best thing about it is it already has stabilizer on the back, and it actually doesn't need any additional stabilizer, and we'll kind of get into that in a little while. It is, this is permanently fused in place, will not separate, and it makes this really nice and kind of stiff perfect for adding beautiful embroidery to it and making great patches. Okay, let's go back and get to our next question. All right, let's see. We already did the twill. Oh, well, yeah. So what is twill, right? A plain weave fabric has a weft and a warp, right? We know that, kind of a north and south, east and west weave. And a twill has three threads that go through it, giving that diagonal pattern to the fabric, and the diagonal weave there is called a wales. So that's what gives it the strength and makes it a beautiful fabric to make patches with. Okay, manufacturing trivia number 6. What stabilizer do you use to embroider patches? So is it hashtag tearaway, hashtag cutaway, hashtag water soluble? Remember, you got to use that hashtag and you got to spell out the whole word. So go ahead and take your guess. Oh, I see a lot of people. Weft, warp, and wales. Yeah, I know, Julie Crookston. That's pretty funny, right? Okay, cutaway, tearaway, water soluble. What is it? What do you think it is? What would you use if you were at home? Or maybe you have already made them in the past. What did you use for it? I'm sure you used that twill. And what did you use to hold it in the hoop, right? Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Oh, you got to spell water soluble right, Marcia. Go ahead and take another try. You know, you had a little typo in there. You had a K instead of an L, so we'll give you a moment to do that again and get your guess in there. Yeah, and there's no spaces in the words. So there's no space between the hashtag and the word, and no space between cutaway or tearaway or water soluble. All one word. You know, it's a new world today, right? We spell incorrectly and we don't use the proper grammar anymore because everything is, tagged to search and find in continuous lines of text. So you have to kind of take off your old English grammar hat and just use the instructions on the screen. Okay, so the correct answer is water soluble. And let's see who that winner is. Michelle, oh, J.S. Stern. All right, welcome. I mean, congratulations. That's awesome. So those of you who are winning and having so much fun, why don't you invite some of your friends to join the party over here, because we're on question number 5 and we have 7 more to go. So they could get a chance to win. So much fun, right? Okay. Now, we talked about water-soluble stabilizer. Well, obviously, Dime is here to promote a product, and we do have a great kit called the Patch Attach Kit. The Patch Maker Kit, and it has a new number on it, 2.0, because today it comes with the Poly Patch Twill. And it also comes with the water-soluble stabilizer and also patch attach. So let's go ahead and go over to the shop wall so I can show you a little bit about it. So a patch is made on a home machine with water-soluble stabilizer, hooped, heavy-duty water-soluble stabilizer, and then you add your pre-cut twill patch, or you can cut in the hoop after you've stitched, the placement guide. And then after you finish your patch and you take it out of the hoop, you're going to want to fuse it to a garment or a jacket or whatever it is you're going to apply it to permanently. And so we have a product in that Patch Kit 2.0 called Patch Attach. And these 2 rolls are going to get you through tons and tons of patches. You also get 2 sheets 8 inches by 9 inches of the twill. You're going to get a sheet of white and a sheet of black. So let's go ahead and take a look on how you actually make a patch using our kit. So over here, you'll see I have my water-soluble stabilizer hooped, and I've stitched the first color of the patch, which is a placement guide. And then I lay my patch fabric over that outline. Now, in this case, I'm not pre-cutting. I'm going to trim this in the hoop. And after I do that, it will stitch a tack down and I'll trim it out, and then I'll finish that design, right? All those beautiful colors. Now, it is just, do I have my slides a little crooked here? Maybe not. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, then we pull it out. It just rips right out of that water soluble, and there you have your finished patch. So I thought it would be really cool to take a look at that a little closer. But before we do, let's take a look at that patch kit. So you're going to get a 9 by 5 yards of fusible patch attach and 9 by 10 yards of the heavy duty water soluble stabilizer. You get 2 sheets of the twill, one black, one white, and you get a downloadable blank patch collection of 36 different shapes. And boy, these are the shapes that you're going to use all the time. These shapes are also, they come in 3 sizes, 2-inch, 3-inch, and 4-inch, but they are all resizable in our embroidery tool shed. So you're going to really enjoy that. Now, where it's on special right now for $52.50, which is a great price, but you can also get it at your local dealer, at a local Elite Dime dealer. So let's go ahead and see where those dealers are around the USA. Isn't that awesome? So I hope that you'll support your local dealer if you saw them here on the screen. And if you didn't see them, well, tell them they should be a Dime Elite dealer. It doesn't take anything to do that. As a dealer, just call Dime and we'd be happy to add you to our Elite dealer list. Now, Marianne DeBlago wants to know, she's made, she has commented she made patches and added an eyelet hole and ribbon to use as gift tags. Adorable. I love that idea. Now, Leslie Matheson wants to know, can the patch shapes be combined to make one-off shapes like tails on a circle? Sure, you could do that. You could not do that in our free program, Embroidery Tool Shed, but if you had one of our other digitizing programs, you most certainly could, like Patch Attach, or if you had Perfect Embroidery Pro. So, hey, are you having fun with this quiz? Give us a like. Let us know you enjoy this, because if so, we'll do it again, you know, on a regular basis. Not every week, but every now and then. So, but we don't know if you like it unless you tell us. So next up, I wanted to show you, well, we want to talk about that patch kit is so valuable, right? So let's take a look at our next question, which is, how many 1 3/4 inch circle patches can you get out of the Patch Kit 2.0? Is it hashtag 22, hashtag 32, or hashtag 42? Which one is it? What do you think? Takes a little math. I gave you some numbers earlier, like how big those sheets were. So now remember, you have to include the hashtag, no spaces, both numbers. Is it 22, 32, or 42? Yep. It's coming along. All right. I'm going to let you keep guessing while I get some things together so I can show you. So much fun. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, lots of 42s, lots of 42s, lots of 42s, lots of 32s, not too many 22s. Okay, all right. Well, I think it's time to show that answer. And who's the winner going to be? Who's that winner? It's kind of like watching a roulette wheel, right? Or being at the fair or the boardwalk. Kimberly K. Cummings, good for you. Congratulations. She said number 32. So let's go ahead and take a look. I cut out 32 patches, a circle patches, 1 and 7, 1 and 3/4, right? 1.75 inch circles diameter. So as you can see, beautiful. Oh, and of course I did use a digital cutter. Oh, and I love how that cuts so beautifully. And so I made all these patches, and then I used HTV to put a number in them. And yes, it only goes to 30 because here's 31 and here's 32. They should be over there finished. But in my hoop, I only did, I guess, 15, right, in each one. I was a little afraid to get them closer in the hoop, but isn't that fun? Now, I'm going to use these numbers for, we'll use them here at work. I'm often putting stacks of projects together, like this is step 1, step 2, step 3. I hope I don't have a project that takes me to 30, but if I do, I'm all set. Isn't that fun? These were so easy to do. Now, one thing I learned, that it's easier to fuse your HTV to a patch before it's embroidered. Because, you know, patches, they have that beautiful satin edge, right? They're going to have that satin edge that has a little loft to it. So if you press on a flat piece of twill, press your HTV on the flat twill before you do any embroidery, then it's a lot easier. That, you know, you won't have to worry about the press not getting great contact with the patch itself, because as we get a little close to that satin edge, right, the press or the iron that you use may not be able to get close enough. So if you're doing a whole lot of numbers or letters like this, then go ahead and apply your HTV first. I most certainly could have stitched all those letters. But sometimes these really fun ideas don't happen until the last minute. So HTV was a lot faster than stitching that. Let's see. Linda Vanderloop wants to know, is there an option to purchase extra twill in specific colors rather than having to order a whole multicolor pack? Yes, I believe so. There is on our website. If not, you can call us at customer service and they'll be happy. I think the sheets are larger though. So anyway, okay. Are we ready? Can you buy adhesive? Can you add adhesive to the patches? Oh, absolutely. We're going to add the patch attached to the back of those patches, and that's how it will fuse onto the garment. So, okay, let's see. Our next question is, okay, Mira's history, a little history trivia. What 2 astronauts wore patches on the moon that were manufactured in Dallas, Texas? Was it Ed and Neil, Tom and Neil, or Neil and Bob? Now remember, you have to use hashtag, no spaces. Make sure you use that ampersand for the end. So who went to the moon and walked on the moon with patches that were manufactured in Dallas? Come on, let's see. Tom and Neil, Neil and Bob, Neil and Bob, Neil and Bob. Tom and Neil, Ed and Neil, it's fun. Come on, keep it coming. I'm sure many of you were around when these gentlemen walked on the moon. Maybe you were in diapers, or maybe you weren't born yet. Who knows, right? But it's history in the making. And our company, Dime, is tied to a little bit of that history. It's coming. It's coming. All right, take your time. There's our A. McCarthy. She says it's Ed and Neil. That's her guess. Catherine says it's Ed and Neil. Chris Kavanaugh says it's Tom and Neil. So does Helga. Oh, Charlene. Okay, so Charlene, you have a typo there. We'll give you a minute to make sure you correct that and do Ed and Neil if that is your answer. Okay, let's see. Who's it going to be? All right, it is Ed and Neil, and that's Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, as you know. So Aldrin. And those patches that they wore on their uniforms, Heidi Egan, winner, were manufactured at Dallas Cap and Emblem, that company that I showed you the catalog of previously. And here in our building, we have those patches. And we also have a letter from President Nixon that sent a notice, a letter of congratulations to the team at Dallas Cap and Emblem for making those beautiful patches that went all the way to the moon and back. Isn't that cool? So pretty neat. Okay, what's next? And congratulations to our winner. We love that. All right, now we're going to get into just a little bit more patch trivia, and this is a lot of fun. So what's the most popular patch shape? Is it a hashtag circle, hashtag rectangle, or hashtag star? So which one do you think it is? Now here we're not talking size, we're just talking shape. So think about, when you think about a patch, when you envision patches, what shape would it be? Okay, keep your guesses coming. I like Ellen Buck's comment about the walking on the moon, where she said she was a junior high camp with the first moon landing, and they brought in a TV for them to watch because of the historic nature. Oh, I'll bet they did. And imagine how complicated it must have been for them to get the TV wheeled. TVs back then were usually very large devices that were in a console on the floor. You didn't really wheel them around or pick them up like we do today, right? I mean, I can carry them. So, okay, we have rectangle, circle. It is a circus here today. All right, keep those comments coming. Let's see what that answer is going to be. Got a couple more coming in. I think you're going to be surprised by this answer, but let's go ahead and see that answer and then pick the winner. It's a rectangle, and it's a rectangle mainly because of uniforms, right? Think military uniforms, also, all kinds of work uniforms. Oh, it's Joanne Banco. Let's go sew with Joanne Banco. Congratulations. Oh, that's great. Congratulations. She was my guest here last week, for those of you who were with me. So, but remember earlier in the program, we talked about the Mero edge, right? That they're done by hand. And so rectangles very rarely had square corners. They were all rounded because it was a time-saving shape on the Mero machine. If it was a sharp corner, it would take longer to finish off that corner on the Mero machine. So that's why a rounded rectangle is so popular. And when you are in a drawing program or in a digitizing program and you have a list of shapes, a rounded rectangle is always in that stash for that very reason. Okay. All right. Are we ready for number 9? This is what's the most popular patch shape. So, oh no, we just did that, didn't we? Yeah, because I have 2 computers going. Sorry, pardon me. Here we go. So What's the most common patch size for a ball cap in inches? And you don't have to put those quotations. So you're just going to use a hashtag 1.5, hashtag 2.5, or hashtag 3.5. And when we talk about for a ball cap, we're talking about right here, center front. It's where most caps have a patch, right? Now, I know today, we do it on the side, and they could be like flames and all kinds of things. It could be arced in the back, everything. But in the front, what is that size? What do you think it is? That would be the most common size. Take your time. Two and a half, 3.5, 3.5, 2.5, 3.5, 1.5. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's go ahead and see what that answer is. What's that right answer? Is 2.5. 2.5. And who's the winner? I love how it just goes through all the names and picks the winner. Diana Dugan. Congratulations, Diana. 2.5 was the right answer, and that's what she won. Okay, let's go to the overhead. Let's go to the overhead and take a look at some fun patches that I made with the patch kit. Well, actually, I didn't make all of them. I did make those circles, but my good friend Nota Robertson, she did all of these patches that you're about to see. But I just love these numbers. Aren't they fun? So let's go ahead and move this out of the way. So we designed some of the fun shapes. We used some of the fun shapes that are in the the shape. So here, let's see, where are they? Here's, in the patch kit, right? Here's all the different shapes that come. This is a downloadable design package of embroidery collection, all these different shapes. You have kind of the sheriff badge or a highway sign, the crescent moon. Looks like a shield, all these different shapes. So I had a lot of fun. I did some hearts, some stars, and some flowers. And Nota went ahead and stitched these out for me in a red, white, and blue theme. That's the beauty of these patches, right? You cut them out, it's a simple flower, but it can become all different kinds of posies. But in this instance, it's got a star in the center. It's not really a flower. It's just super fun. And then we have this heart with the USA. So I have stitched these just like you saw in that outline where we kind of had a pre-cut. And then I'm just going to punch them out. I leave it in the hoop and I take my thumb and a push on the twill. And in the back of the hoop, I'm pushing in the opposite direction to separate the patch from that water soluble. And you might get a little, might give you a little bit of a fight, but not much. And then we just keep pulling, and there we go. Kind of pull that apart. That one's out. I will take a moment to trim off those tails that are hanging around. Get these little American patches pulled out. And that USA, I love the USA, right? Oh, we just love all these different patches. I mean, that could be anything in there. Think Valentine's Day, all kinds of different items. I took a star and I had a whole lot of fun with the star. So here's my star shape, right? And here's my finished patch. What I did was I cut some HTV for the stripes and blue field here, and then stitch the stars on top. So here is my cut out star. And then I just took, let's see, I'm working upside down. So I have my HTV already prepared, and I'm going to align that with the edges of my star. And, I designed this, so I kind of knew where I was going, right? And then we'll just pull over my pressing station, my totally tubular pressing station, and I want to make sure that all this stays together. Okay, and you could use a press, you could use whatever, but I'm just going to go ahead and press. And in a real world, we would let this go for 25 seconds, but I don't have a timer on here, so we'll just kind of let it roll, and just you can talk about all the great things that so many of you loved. Let's see, Lori W., she says she would love to make patches for her grandkids. Oh, kids love patches. They absolutely love patches. Okay, so now we'll let that just kind of cool off a little bit so I can lift that protective tape. There we go. That's done. And now let's add that blue field, right? Same thing. Just fit it into place. I want to make sure that I'm making sure that it's going to align with the outside edge of my patch, and that's pretty good. And I'm going to take that transfer tape and cover up my my already pressed red glitter just to protect it, and then we'll press it again. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So here we go. And so Amy Van Horenbeck asked, are those shapes in Pam? Some of the shapes are in Patch. Yeah, all these shapes are in Patch and Applique Maker software. They are. So if you have that software, then these shapes are already in there. There's hundreds of shapes in Patch and Applique Maker. But for those of you who don't have that software and you just want to make patches without purchasing software, and maybe adding HTV to it, or however you would, or at your machine, you could add whatever you'd like. So the Patch 2.0 has your twill, your patch attach, and your heavy duty water soluble. And so now I think we're probably ready. We'll let that cool just a moment. And then, yeah, okay, that's ready. And then in my hoop, I would have my placement guide already stitched, right? And then with my prepared patch, I place that down, back to the machine. The next color is going to be the tack down, and then it's going to do the stars and finish with a satin. And those patches are done and really super fast, really fun. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Patricia Hale says that she enjoys making patches instead of appliques. They're easy to attach and nothing on the back. Great for towels and shirts. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing on the back. Nobody knows that it's embroidery. It doesn't stitch all the way through. Actually, Joanne Banco, she was here last week, and she kind of made a lace patch, if you think about it. She taught us how you can embroider beautiful lace on tulle and then stitch the satin edge all in the hoop, just on the tulle and water soluble stabilizer, and then tack it to the garment on a knit garment. A little different than what we're talking here today, but same idea. Nothing stitched all the way through the garment. Let's see. Barbara Jones says Pam is next up on her shopping list. Oh, Pam is a wonderful software, and it has that cutter in there. That allows you to select, you can cut by paper, PDF, or digital cutting. So super fun. Okay. All right, let's get back to our trivia questions. And now this is trivia question number 10. And again, remember, you're going to win a project tote bag, 4 spools of exquisite thread, beautiful colors. Next question. You see, I'm on 2 computers. Pardon me. So see, on my computer here, it's on the right one. Okay. Trivia number 11 is, what's the most common height of a patch for a jacket back? So is it #6, #9, or #12? And this is in inches. So is it 6 inches, 9 inches, or 12 inches? You're going to be surprised, I think. Come on, let's see what those answers are. Let's see. I love watching all of the choices come in. There's so many coming in. It's just great. So Well, I think you're going to be surprised at this answer. Is it number 6, number 9, or number 12? All right, let's show that winning answer. Number 12. I know that seems massive, doesn't it? And it is big. But if you think about a denim jacket or a sports jacket, like a great big, not great big, but a large baseball jacket, right? They have really beautiful, very large, kind of oversized embroidery to totally fill the jacket back. Winner, winner, Catherine Kershaw. Congratulations. Congratulations. You are the winner. I love that. So it is just one more question to go. And this person is going to win the Patch 2.0 kit. So let's take a look at that. Remember, it's on sale. That's our special today. So it is the Patch 2.0. It's got a roll of heavy-duty water-soluble stabilizer. It has a roll of the patch attach, the permanent fusible, and 2 sheets of twill. 8 by 9 inches of white and 8 by 9 inches of black. Okay, so what is the final question, number 12? What is this shape called? Is it curve, crescent, and rocker or rocker? So don't forget, you have to spell it out, no spaces, include the hashtag. Cindy Ball, you say, wow, the software too? Well, it includes the collection of 36 different shapes. So that's what's in Patch Kit 2.0. It includes all those shapes and the twill, the patch attach, and the heavy duty stabilizer. Okay, so is that a curve? Is it a rocker? Is it a crescent? Oh, Sheila Irvin, you didn't include, I can't find your comment now, but you didn't include the hashtag. So go ahead and make another comment and include the hashtag. And you can enter your answer as many times as you want. Make sure you just include that hashtag. Yep, this is the last one. And who's going to win that Patch Kit 2.0? I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. Okay, let's go ahead and reveal the answer. It's rocker. It's rocker. I know. Those of you who knew you are ahead of the curve here, I'll tell you. Haha, pun intended. But yes, it is Pearl's Patches. Oh, well, Pearl's Patches, she should know, I guess. She has a patch. She makes custom-made patches. Good for you. That's fun. So we'll send you that kit, Pearl's Patches, and I hope that you enjoy it. Yeah, so it is called a rocker, and it's because it kind of rocks and surrounds an emblem in the middle. I think that's why the term came to be. So, wasn't that fun? Did you like this? Would you like to do this again? Give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments if this is something you'd like us to do again. I thought it was an awful lot of fun. And I have to say, my assistant, Gloria Cardozo, was a huge help. Nota Robertson, stitching out those patches. They're just beautiful. And we have a new gentleman behind the scenes, Brandon Mahone, who added the music. So we're moving up here. We are just loving it. So much fun. Yeah, and Lacey Hamilton, she says, looks like the bottom of a rocking horse. Absolutely, it sure does. It sure does. Yeah. Carolyn Booth says she loves the game. Do more of them. It's been educational. It has been educational. I learned a lot, digging through, trying to find the answers to set up the questions. So it was an awful lot of fun, and we will do it again. It has to be a topic that has some history to it, maybe, and some trivia. So anyway, so what's coming up next week? Well, you are in store. Next week, you have 2 people here. Ashley Jones is going to be our host, and our guest will be Sue Brown. So that'll be an awful lot of fun. And we are going to be revealing the On the House project, the free project that we have every month. And so Ashley will share that with you, and Sue Brown and her OML gang will be able to participate in Sue's free stitch along on Saturday next week, right? So that's the last week of May. So you'll enjoy that. I hope that you'll come back and see what they are up to. Ashley Jones will then be back again. She's a busy woman on June 4th, hosting her next Software Success broadcast. And, you know, if you love software and you have any of the Dime software, well, you know, Ashley is our wizard, and she is going to share some of her knowledge on one of the programs. I'm not sure which one yet, but boy, she does a bang-up job, I'll tell you. We love hearing from you. We love that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. Without you doing your part, we don't know that we are providing the education that you would like. So please let us know by subscribing and on YouTube and liking us on Facebook. And we love to see your projects, what you've been stitching. So please share them and use these hashtags. Now that you're all hashtags pro, so you can use hashtag Dime Sew Along, hashtag On the House, or hashtag Exquisite Thread. So let's take a look at what you've been stitching. That's awesome. So Nancy James, thanks for your nice comment. Great video as usual. And April Taylor, she says she loves Dime and she's so excited that Dime is coming to Australia. Yes, we are. We are entering into the beautiful Down Under, and you'll be able to get your Dime products locally at an Australia dealer near you. So look for that announcement over there, Down Under. We're so excited about that. And Cynthia Gill, you said, thank you. This was fun. It was fun, wasn't it? We'll do this again for sure. And Cindy Ball, you love the show and tell. So do I. It's actually like my favorite part. So it's also just awesome. So let's see. Marcia Yanka says, so can it be other things you stitch using fine software or just on the house ones? Well, in this video, we do kind of just show on the house, but we are always searching for projects that people are using with any of our software. So, you know, post it and we'll use it in an upcoming Software Success. So let's see. This is where you get those free designs on the house. You just go to dzgns.com and search for free designs, and this is where you can find them. They're going to be there all year, but make sure you once a week, go and get the latest one. You're going to love it. And this week's is the Exquisite Mylar Iris. So it has these beautiful spring colors in it, and you're going to add Mylar. And I think it's after color number 4. You'll stitch 1, 2, 3, and 4, which will be an outline. You'll place the Mylar down, stitch the beautiful petals, and after another outline, I think it's like 4, 5, and 6, you stitch right on top of the Mylar, and then you tear it away and finish the design. So I hope that you enjoy that free design, and I can't wait to be back here with you in a couple weeks when Ashley will be here next week, and I'll be here the following week. So please take advantage of this week's special Patchmaker Kit 2.0. Bye for now.